Welcome to our team call. For those new, I know I have a few coaches new on the call, and this is our bi-weekly call with Amy Rada's team, Happy, Healthy, Humble, and my team, Team Rise Above It. So we kind of team up together on bi-weekly, second and the fourth Sundays of every month. So it's a little bit of a smaller group for us rather than the Team Fight to Finish calls to zone in on things that our team needs. So today I'm going to be talking about pushing to Emerald, and if you're already at Emerald, don't worry. Make sure you take notes and apply this to pushing to Diamond. So basically, hitting Diamond is hitting Emerald 4 times in a row, okay? And then you have Emeralds under you. So if you want to hit Diamond, you also want to know how to teach your future coaches on how to hit Emerald and kind of build that forward. So yes, make sure you meet yourself on here as well. So even if you're already Emerald, don't totally zone out and think that you don't need to know this because I promise you do, and this is how you continue to build your team. So I am going to minimize this chat so I don't even get distracted. And I wrote everything down on here, so don't want to miss anything on here. Okay. So whether or not you have 0, 1, or 2 coaches you want to hit Emerald. So like I said, maybe you already are Emerald, and that's awesome, but hitting Diamond is really just hitting Emerald 4 times, and even more than that, and you want to be able to mentor coaches on how to hit Emerald as well. So make sure you're taking notes and showing how you will support your coaches one day in pushing for this. So one thing that we learned at Summit, which was kind of like a mic drop quote, so definitely write this down, kind of the theme of this call, but Emerald is a non-negotiable and Diamond is a choice. Okay, so if you want to run this business and you want to make this something, Emerald should be something that you're doing tomorrow, this week, like as soon as you can, and making it a non-negotiable. Because in order to build your business, that has to be the first thing that you hit. I know Amy and I both hit it rather quickly, and it was really just getting people on our side, letting people know, like, this is what we're doing, trust in me, help me, get me there. And it's really more, it's easier said than done, but at the same time, if you want to make this work, this is definitely your first step. So let me back up a little bit for those who are new, if you signed up yesterday, maybe last year, depending on when you signed up. But whatever the case is, why you aren't Emerald yet, we're going to discover this. So the basics. Emerald, for those who don't know, is an active coach on each leg. Okay, so you have a left leg and you have a right leg, and you need 2 active coaches. So active means buying or selling 50 PV every 5 weeks. So if they're getting Shakeology, that's fine. That's 90 PV, most likely every month. But once they go inactive, that will affect your Emerald as well. So you always need an active person on each leg. So a strong Emerald is getting more than those 2 people on your leg. That's definitely the first step. And that means that you have to be active as well. So a lot of people ask me, do I have to drink Shakeology every month? Do I have to drink whatever it is every month to stay active? And the answer is yes. So a big part of this is investing in your business. Investing in yourself. So I know money is a big thing and it sucks, and I was totally in those shoes as well. And I'm sure a lot of people were when they started. When I started, I was saving up to buy a house. I just put a big down payment down on my Jeep, and I was pretty strapped. So not to mention that I was spending money in the past 2 years on different programs, different supplements, and things that just didn't end up working out for me. So this was just one more thing. And initially you think it was probably a dumb decision, spending all that money, $150 on something that I didn't know worked. But in hindsight, it was the smartest money I've ever spent in my life. So, and that's because I just started to invest in my business. So many times I hear coaches say that they can't spend money to keep themselves active or buy their Shakeology, and that may be right, but you're building a business, okay? This isn't a job that you start and you make money the next day. You have to invest in it, and you have to put those steps in now to pay off later. So have you ever met a CEO or a business owner who didn't pour their heart, soul, and bank account into it before it really got growing? Because I haven't. So every challenge pack I sold for this first 6 months went right back into my Shakeology and my business fee, because this is the only money I had extra to cover that. And that's totally fine. But those 6 months, I'm putting that money back into my business, investing it, whether, I hit Success Club every month for those 6 months. So I was making money, but I was investing it back in my business, whether it was getting gifts for my new emeralds or my new coaches, or I'm investing in some training or promoting things on Facebook or whatever it is. Make sure that you're not just taking that money and spending it on other things that you don't need right now. If you want to build this a business, you want to invest in it going forward. So I didn't spend it on extra things like that, not new phones or celebratory dinners, although I do it now. I invested it back because I knew that in 2 years or 1 year from now, I would have that paying off. So I fueled my why because I knew I had to. I did this because I switched from want to need. So at first when I started this, I just wanted to get healthy. I wanted to lose the extra college weight. I wanted to, do this for me. It was more of a hobby at the time. And then I switched it to a need. I really needed this. I needed the positivity. I needed to help people. I needed to fight obesity for myself. I needed true friends. And coincidentally, all those things led me to solving my problem of money. So I wasn't going into this, thinking, yeah, I want money, I'm doing this for money, I want to be able to pay for these extra things. Those having a passion, everything else, and investing in those things is what eventually got me there. So I looked up my commission checks, and I don't know if this was my first week, I think it was definitely my first month, so October 28/15, and I made $40. So one challenge pack, and I was damn proud of it. 1 year later, 10/26/16, I made $386.16 that week. Not going to do the math, but that's quite a big jump. This past week, I had my highest check yet of over $500. Why am I telling you this? Because sometimes it's hard to see the big picture, right? You're getting those little things and you don't think it's a big deal, but it's huge. And if you look at it in that kind of aspect, it's growing insanely. Does your salary from work grow by that percentage every single year? So literally the amount that you invest in this is going to pay off tenfold. And somebody needs to mute themselves, I think. Patty, maybe? Sorry, I hear kids. Okay. So why am I telling you this? Because it's hard to see the big picture. Sometimes it's hard to think about investing. I remember my first 6 months, it was hard. Ryan didn't understand why I was paying his business service fee. Why was I trying to keep him active? Why did Emerald matter? I was just breaking even when I wasn't breaking even. Why was I doing this? And when I look back at it now, a year later, I can confidently tell you that it was worth it. So if you're at that point now and you're wondering and you're struggling and you don't understand why you have to do this or why you have to pay this money, I promise it will be worth it if you stay consistent and you keep it up. So switching gears, how do we find the people? So I know a lot of people struggle with getting those people. You're started, you're ready to rock, and you don't know how to get those 2 people or 2 more people or whoever it is. So I want you guys to think, when you follow people on Facebook, you are following them because you gain value from them, right? So those pages you like, the pages you follow, the things you share, whether it's those tasty videos or a fitness page, a makeup tutorial, they're all value. So do-it-yourself crafts, value. Fitness pages, same thing. People are going to follow you for value. Although it's great to post your day and what you're doing, they want to be following you for something more. So ask yourself, are you actually providing your audience value? We're a value-driven business, and you have to be a value-driven machine. So you need to show them that you can be changing and providing value, and then they will learn and grow from you. So if you're just posting Shakeology selfies and quotes, pictures from the internet, Google, it's not going to work as well for you because those people can find those things by Googling. If you look at some of the top coaches, you see pictures of them. You do not see a quote in their feed. You do not see Shakeology plastered in their feed. You see more. You see them because people are following them for a reason. So if you like a quote, awesome. Share it with a picture of yourself. Hey, I just seen this quote. This is what I think of it. Or play it into your life. So make sure that you're still providing value and you're not just doing some funny e-cards or whatever it is, that's something that they actually want to see that they can't just find online. So I definitely realized this quickly when I first started. I had a lot of quotes on there. I really just talked about my day, which was fine, but I wasn't relating to people. I wasn't showing them what I was doing. I wasn't showing them what really matters. So facts can tell, but your stories are what sell. You need to go through your feed, reevaluate this. So look at it with new eyes. If you have a success partner or your coach, they can do that for you as well. But ask yourself, so have you actually completed a program? That's definitely number one. Have you completed a program from start to finish? Do you have results to show? Because that's the first thing that people are going to know when they start following you, when they want to do a program for you. Have you actually invited people to join you? Are you just posting out what you do and people have no idea that they can join you? Have you really invested your heart into your posts? Are you giving them everything you have? You're already being vulnerable, having a like page, opening up an Instagram, showing it to the public. Now you have to get real, you have to get vulnerable, you have to make sure you're sharing something with them, even though those posts might be super scary to post and you run away from your computer. Those are the stories that are going to connect you with people and that are really going to help you grow. So it comes down to one real question: are you providing value? There's so many ways to do this, but I'm going to give you a few. So I wrote down a couple. I kind of went through what I try to provide value on and what a couple other on the team. So I talk about college, my weight gain, how I gained weight in college there, how I gained weight in the corporate job, and all of that. And then I share how I conquered it, how I'm going to beat this statistic. I can't even talk today. And that shows them that I'm changing and I'm moving. They know when people come to my feed, I share my story once a week. They know that I'm following the programs from start to finish. They know that I have results, and they know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Amy Rada talks about her IBS, the many struggles she's been through to cope with this. She shows that it isn't going to define her. She's fighting and providing value to those who struggle with fighting against similar things. So that's probably a hard thing for her to post. It's something that she struggled with forever. But I don't know if you guys saw her post the other day when she was bloated from her food, and it was freaking amazing. She connected with so many people from that post because she was providing value with people in the same situation she was. Katrina is vulnerable with her journey. She shows how normal she is and how real about working to her goal weight every single day. She's showing them that value is in your worth and not what you read online. So there are so many coaches examples of this. I could go on to every single one of you, what your story is, how you're providing value. But this is just a couple examples of how you can twist your stories and really share them and show, really connect with those people who have the same or going through the same thing as you are. There are so many coaches who you can follow, who you can relate to with this, so don't overcomplicate it. Don't think that you don't have anything to offer, whatever it is. You do if you want to. So my tough love is definitely if you are withholding value from your biz, you are your own roadblock to Emerald and beyond. So the more vulnerable you are, the more successful you will be. Okay, so Emerald. We all know two people, whether it's your significant other, your best friend, your parent. I encourage you to find someone close to you who will support your biz. But the most important thing is to express how important this is to you. So this isn't something that you're going up to them and saying, I need you to do this, I need you to sign up. Show them how important it is to you. Tell them why you want this. Show them how it's already changed your life, whether it's through a program or through Shakeology or through a success story of someone else. Why do you want to do this? You have to hit Emerald before you ever hit Diamond. So don't wait to find another person before you sign up your significant other. Make it the other way around. Have a significant other and go find someone else. There's someone else out there. So especially if you have a significant other, you're already basically halfway to Emerald. So share with them with confidence of why you want to hit this milestone. Be real and genuine with them. So it's super easy to say I want to hit Emerald. I hear people do it all the time. Say I want to hit it, I'm going to hit it. But you actually have to do it. And once you do, your coach will recognize you. Your friends and family, everyone who is on your social media. We see those posts every Thursday, right? They pump us up, they get us excited. And your friends and family might not know what Emerald is, but they will see you moving forward. They will see you being recognized. and they're going to wonder what it is you're doing. So when Jamie posted my Emerald announcement, my friends who were once skeptical were like, wow, Taylor's doing something. So they would text me, they would say congrats, even though they knew what the heck I was doing. And they had no idea that Ryan and my mom are the two people who made me Emerald. Okay, and they don't have to know that. No one has to know that about how you hit Emerald or who the people are. So I think it was within my first or second week. My mom knew how happy I was. Ryan knew I really wanted to do this. I got them on board and I signed them up. But it's not stopping there. So that's just your momentum. You're started, you're here, now you keep going. So obviously just signing up your mom and your boyfriend isn't going to get you there right away, but it's going to get you started. So they didn't know how I hit Emerald, but they saw that on the newsfeed, and people are going to see that on your newsfeed as well. And that helps bridge the gap from skepticism of other people. And the ones that stayed skeptical were the ones I wanted to prove even more so when I hit Diamond. So once they saw I hit Diamond and I was pushing even further and I was getting recognized again from this online coaching thing or whatever they thought it was, I still have very close friends, very close family who ask me why I would ever give up my full-time career, why I ever went to college, why am I going to do this and give up everything that I worked so hard for. But when I see Jamie and other successful people who are making a six-figure income from this online coaching thing, I realize I don't have to defend myself because I know where I want to be. So next, what do we do? Write down an action plan. When you commit it on paper with actual goals, dates, action items, it goes from being a dream to something real. Write not that you want to be Emerald by a certain date, but I will be Emerald by a certain date. And make sure it's a Thursday because that's when rank advancements happen. And this is where it gets tricky. You need two people. Two people to believe in you, have faith in you, and to push you. Don't make this goal end of November. Make this goal quicker. Push yourself. Don't stop inviting. Reach out to as many people as you can. And don't be scared to share how excited you are. But this about your spouse, family, friends, moms, whoever it is. Because the coolest thing is that they get to be a part of you during this milestone. They get to impact you and your future business. And don't just talk to your upline about how you want to be Emerald if you aren't doing and implementing what they say. So I know when you get started, everyone wants to be Emerald. But what are you actually doing to get there? Are you actually showing up? Are you actually doing what we ask you to do? Are you showing up on these team calls? Are you doing the little challenges we have you doing? Are you posting to your like page? Are you actually sharing with people and inviting people personally? Because people aren't going to come to you just by your, hey, join me post. Because, I mean, I wish that's how it happened, but it's not. You have to reach out to people as well. So we're here to help. All of us coaches are here to help. But when you keep saying you want something and not doing what we know will work, then we don't know how to coach you or how to help you. So if you aren't posting every day and that's what we say to you first, then how are you going to go to step 2? Some of you know why you aren't Emerald, whether it's fear or you say it's time or you know it's an excuse. Either way, we are so proud of you for getting on this call, for showing up, and still bettering yourself every day. Whether you did it because you were fearful that you didn't show up for a team call, that one of us would be upset with you, or whatever it was, you showed up and hopefully you're taking notes to implement directly after this call. Because we know you're worth it. There's a reason we wanted you on this team. And your future team is worth it, but it has to start with you. And the cool part of this, probably my favorite part, is your rank advancement helps your upline. So everything about this business, we want each other to succeed. So when I realized I could help Jamie at some point, I was all in. That was more motivation for me. Emerald helps your coach hit Diamond. You hitting Diamond gets them to Star Diamond or whatever star it is, and you affect them. You being an active coach affects them. So if you go inactive, that's affecting your coach directly. Your rank affects them. Your success affects them. You get to help them. Your gift of going all in gets to help numerous people. You get to be a part of our biggest goals as a team, and that is pretty amazing. So another couple of reasons of how to do this. So happy hours or coach live events or coach previews. This is a huge way to get coaches in the door, people to know what you're doing, whether that's even a family or friend who just wants to figure out what the heck you're doing and why you're posting all the time. So most of us do happy hours. Take advantage of these, whether you're directly hosting them or not. If you're a brand new coach, and you know that Amy or I or someone's hosting one, don't be afraid to add your prospects to their call. They're still part of our team, and we're still here to share that. And that's an easy way for you as you get started, before you're ready and comfortable to do those on your own, to invite people into ours. So don't make it seem harder than it is. It really is just found in the basics and learning from those who failed forward to get to this point. Fake it till you make it. You have to invite people to join you. Post with inviting. You have to show up, not just show up when it's convenient. When you plan to put good post, you show up every single day, and they will think you've made it. You can't just check in once in a while. You don't have Facebook affinity when you do that. So for those who don't know what Facebook affinity is, really the more you post, the more your page and your posts are going to show up on Facebook or on the news feed. So if you go MIA for 2 days even, your post is going to take that much longer to be seen by less eyes. So you can see that little reach on your Facebook like page, and it's harder to get seen than on your personal page. You have to keep that affinity up. You can't just show up when you want to vent about your day or when you crush 2 workouts. You show up on the good days, the bad days, the okay days, the sweaty days, the hard days, the happy days, and every single day. Because when you do that, so will they. Consistency is number 1. If you continually fall off the bandwagon of fitness, especially coaching, you basically just told them, don't trust me to coach you every day because I can't even post on social media every day. You have to be there. You have to be their motivator, friend, co-pilot. You are their coach. Fake it till you make it. And even when you make it, you'll be showing up out of habit instead of forcing yourself to do it. The coolest thing is when you show up for your social media, it also means you're showing up for yourself, which is the biggest battle of all. Show up for yourself, show up for them, then you are not only Emerald, but beyond. My other tip is to never write anyone off. Okay, so they will pop back up, set reminders, check in with them. Your support shows a lot. So your coach didn't give up on you. I don't know when you signed up or what the story was, but whether it took them 1 hour or 1 year to convince you to coach, they didn't give up on you, so you don't give up on other people. You have to believe in them and know what it takes to succeed. So I have people who have just joined my team who I've been talking with since I started coaching. I have people who didn't join for 6 months. I have people who joined the same day. You never know, but always keep that follow-up list. So no's might get you down right now, but I promise you that those can be people who you're putting it in their ear, and you come back to them in a month, and they may be ready then. So those are just your maybe laters. Don't get those no's down on you because they could definitely turn into yeses later. So you know 2 people, you know what it takes to invest, you know inviting is the most important vital behavior in regards to building a business. You know your rank affects your upline, you know consistency is number 1. The leaders on this team know you have it in you. We are so confident on your success that we are with you every step of the way. So I want to talk about a little, that's kind of my tips on how to get there, but I do want to talk about some details because a lot of people wonder why they have to sign up their spouse and why for these kind of detailed things. So, sorry, I just opened up this chat and I'm getting distracted. Okay, so why should you sign up your spouse and why should you sign them up first? So you have 2 legs as an Emerald. You have a strong leg and a weak leg. And if you don't know what is strong and what is weak, ask your coach and they will know. But your strong leg is basically built by your upline. So we continue to help build your strong leg, and your weak leg, you start building on your own. So that's your own volume that will eventually start cycling one day. So why do you want to sign up your spouse first? Let me use Jamie as an example because she always uses this and I accidentally did it. Not exactly her ideal way. So she signed up Heather Bernard on her weak leg first, which is now one of her star diamonds, projecting a lot of volume. And Steve is under her because she didn't sign up Steve till later. So now all of that volume that Heather is producing, Steve is missing. So Steve is not getting any of that volume into his cycle. So if you never know who's going to be a rock star and you never know who's going to turn into one. So the sooner you sign up your spouse and have them right there for that future volume, the better, because you never know who that rock star is going to be. Yeah, yeah, like Amy, she did the same thing with Sam. She didn't sign Sam up right away, and now Sam is missing up on all of that volume. So you could literally count it in her upline. She's saying $100 a week. So literally those cycles he's missing out of. Because once you have your spouse and you start building your spouse's team, so yeah, you'll have to be further along in your business. And I know if you're not even enrolled yet, this isn't something already on your radar. But once you start building your team, you're going to be able to build your spouse as well. Okay, so once you start building your spouse's team, he's going to start building income. It's kind of like a double income type thing, like a video game. And it's hard to explain. There's a lot of YouTube videos and things that will help you get it more than I can explain it. But eventually you'll be able to build your spouse's team, and that will be direct income, kind of a double income into you, and that volume is going to matter. So you definitely want them to sign up first. So does anyone have any questions on that? Because I can explain it in more depth if you need to, or anything about who you sign. And if you don't have a spouse, that's okay too. You can use your mom too. So, or someone, yeah, so you don't need a spouse, whether it's your mom or your sister, someone like that. I have my mom signed up as well, and now I'm building my mom to Diamond. So eventually, you know, whoever it is in your family, you can help build their teams as well, even if it's not your spouse. And as long as they're good with helping you, you know, if you're making them income one day. Especially to hitting Emerald, just get those people on board, those close friends and family, or whoever it is. Maybe you have an awesome challenger. Those are make the best coaches from challenge packs turned into coaches. So if you have any other questions, post them in here. I'm going to kind of recap everything I said. I think there were 7 things. So, okay, 1, don't overcomplicate it. We all know 2 people, significant other, best friend, parent. Find someone close to you who will support your biz and let them know how important this is to you. And they'll be more than happy to help. 2, don't be hesitant. If you want it, go get it. 3, share with confidence, honestly. When I started to be firm in my foundation, my why, and had conviction in my heart that these programs work, that's when people really wanted to say yes. So share a program you're doing, share your story, share your before and afters, even though it's really scary. I promise, before and afters are everything. I think Amy and I can both tell you that. 4, be real and genuine. Show people it works, and they'll see what they need, why they need to join you. Especially if you're consistent, they're really going to want to join you. 5, write down an action plan. So it's easy to say, I want to hit Emerald, I want to do it soon, I'll make it happen. But when you commit in paper with actual goals, dates, and action items, it goes from being a dream to something real. So write down on your paper, quote, I want to be Emerald by specific date, and I will reach that by doing X, Y, Z. Or I want to be Diamond by a specific date, and I will reach that by X, Y, Z. 6, never stop inviting and sharing. I reached out to literally everyone I knew in my first 2 months, sold 6 challenge packs, and converted over 2 of them to coaches. 7, don't be afraid to share how excited you are about this with your spouse, best friend, mom, dad, sister, brother, and ask them if they would support you in this business to help you hit your first milestone. Plus, they get to do this with you and live happy, healthy lives together. So I always say that was the worst case. You're going to get happier and healthier. Bummer. So, oh wait, there's more on here than I thought. I've seen that your 2 coaches should be active. Is that just referencing getting that 50 PV? Does that mean active as if they're coming? Nope, just the 50 PV. So yeah, they don't have to be business builders. They just have to be a discount coach getting 50 PV of product, buying or selling it every month. If I sign up my husband, does he have to be out doing things? Because no, Ryan doesn't do anything. I got him to do like half the hammer and chisel program, then he was like, screw this. He does not work out at all. He won't drink Shakeology, but he supports my vision with this. He supports what I want to do. He's super supportive of me being able to go full time one day and be able to do this. So that's all you need is their support, and you can run the rest on your own. And a lot of people ask me how they keep their significant other active. So I get that much stuff anyway. So like think about Energize, Recover, 3-day refresh. All of that stuff can be ordered under your husband or significant other or mom to keep them active. for you to get. So that would just be things like I only order Shakeology under me. If I order anything else at all, it's under Ryan to keep him active. And usually every 5 weeks I'm getting something that is 50 PB. Other thing is you can put a challenge pack through them as well after you hit Success Club, and that will make them active as well. What if one of your first people ends up becoming inactive? Does that affect their downline? It doesn't affect their downline, it would affect you. So for example, if you only had 2 coaches and one became inactive, you would lose your Emerald. So really, those first 2 people are your start. You want to keep building from there. That's not like, oh, I hit Emerald and I'm done. They say a strong Emerald is 4 people. So you have 2 on each side. So if one goes inactive, you still have 2. So it's definitely not like I hit Emerald, I have 2 people and I'm done with this. You definitely want to keep going. But if one of them does go inactive and you only have one on each side, that will have you lose your Emerald rank. I hope that helped. If it didn't, you can again. Yes, Energize is amazing. I love Recover too, especially on the harder programs. It really works. So if we are signing up people as coaches when they buy a challenge pack, but then become inactive the next month, as long as you have at least 2 coaches under you, you will stay Emeralds. Yes. Just wondering if you don't have any business builders yet, more just challengers potentially wanting a discount. Taylor, do you know what I'm getting? Yeah, so my first 6 coaches were discount coaches. I didn't have business builders until I had quite a few. Yeah, Katrina too, she's like 1 coach away from Diamond and they're all discount coaches, and that's totally fine. That's amazing. They are just as great as a business builder. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, but as long as you have 2 people active, 1 on each leg, you're still an active Emerald. Whether they're discount coaches or business builder. I know I've had that with a lot of newer coaches, and they're so worried that they're not getting business builders yet and they're not doing mentorships yet and all that, and that comes with time, and it does take time. But your first few coaches, they probably are going to be discount coaches. They probably are going to be challengers that turn into coaches because they like Shakeology or because they like the programs. That's amazing, and you never know which one of them are going to turn into a business builder one day. I had a discount coach for 6 months, and all she did was Shakeology. She always told me I will never coach, and now she coaches. So you really don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah, you will find your lifers. It takes time. It will come, I promise. Just stay consistent and keep going, keep pushing. Yeah, look at this call. A year ago, Amy and I we just started. And now look, it's gonna be all of you too. Seriously. I know. Any questions? I have 3 minutes left, a little over 3 minutes. It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be about Emerald or Ring, whatever it is. No questions? Oh, yes, good call. Okay, so does that mean I should sign up my husband now or wait until I get my second coach? So either is totally up to you. You can sign up your husband now and then, invite like crazy to get that second person. But if it makes you feel more comfortable to have that person ready to sign up, I would just sign up your husband on the same day and make yourself Emerald as soon as you have that person. But I would still push to get that person, and then, yeah, you can become Emerald that week because your husband's on board. So yeah, the $14, so the cycling, that's what I don't know how I forgot that. So as Emerald, I don't even know if you can see this if I do it. As Emerald, when you start cycling, you're gonna cycle $14 for every 100 PV on your weak leg, 200 PV on your strong leg. Okay, so your strong leg should have enough volume, most likely, because your coach is helping you build that. Okay, so you'll probably have the 200 PV already on your strong leg. So you need 200 PV on one leg, 100 PV on your weak leg. Your weak leg has to be built by yourself. So this is all your own volume. So if you have one coach on that weak leg and they're getting Shakeology every month, that's your 100 PV. Okay, so if you just have that one coach and they're just getting Shakeology, you'll have 200, 100, that's one cycle. So that will cycle into $14. So if you only had two coaches, that would be $14 a month, unless they ordered anything else, and somehow that weak leg got, and say they ordered 2 bags of Shakeology and they had 200 PV on your weak leg, 400 on your strong leg, you would cycle twice $14. 200 and 100 equals $14. 200 and 100 equals $14. I hope that makes sense. But there's awesome, Lindsay Matway has a YouTube video out there where she literally writes it on a whiteboard and goes through it, and it's amazing. I didn't get this at first, and she literally breaks it out, and it's perfect. And then there's also one, oh crap, who does it? Someone from corporate, and he literally uses action figures to explain it. But yeah, once you start growing your team, your income's going to be cycles. So yeah, like Amy said, she made $500 in team cycles. I made $300 in team cycles. That's going to be more than your commission checks. That's why I always tell people this is more than sales. Once you start building your team, you start cycling, and you start having that kind of income, it's not going to be about every single challenge pack you sell or just about that, those kind of success club points. It's so much more. Yeah, so definitely look up those two, the Lindsay Matway one and the action figure one. The action figure